So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. We got built by Ben over there already. Whatever it is, wherever you are, welcome back to another video. I am super excited to start this video for the specific reason as what you guys saw in the thumbnail. I finally got the chance to get an exhaust for this car. Not only that, but it is full titanium, as you guys saw in the thumbnail. Not only that, it's valved as well. So I finally get to turn it on and off as I see fit. Now, I've never done a full complete exhaust like this in my life. Ben, I'm sure you've done one or two.
I've swapped them.
E92?
Never.
Oh.
Jamal can't hear me, but you guys can. Nobody ever comes in here for this because they know better.
The funny part is that whatever he said, I'm not going to know until I edit this video. That's funny. Smart man. But with that being said, I'm not going to hold you guys too long. We're going to get right into the video. I don't know if I started off with cinematics. Normally, my editing style, I kind of do. So if I did, hopefully you guys enjoy it. And if I didn't start off with cinematics, enjoy the cinematics. We're going to get right into it. All right, so walk us through the process of essentially what we're gonna do. What are some things that to watch out for? What are some things you might be dreading?
Dreading doing the job.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, I don't know what to say. If I'm being honest. I've never done one of these exhausts before on an E9X. M3. Really, people don't come into BMW and say, hey, I got this exhaust. You want to put it on? So, I mean, this is my first go, but at the end of the day, it's all nuts and bolts.
Yeah.
It all comes apart. You can all put it back together. So, I mean, just like, I don't know if my video is going to drop before Jamal's video, but just like I said in my video when I was installing the trunk, I'm freestyling it.
Yeah.
So, we'll see how it comes out. It shouldn't be too terrible, but
This is just the first portion, and after that is going to be to try and wire up the valves themselves, which shouldn't take too long, knock on wood, but such is life, and life has other plans for us. So we're going to go right into it. All right, so I would say about 15 minutes in, we ran into our first little baby hiccup, built by Ben. Did not want to remove this, but it looks like we have to. He also said that this whole exhaust is going to drop down one time. We're not going to take it down in pieces. We're going to drop the whole thing one time, right?
yes, sir. That's how they all drop.
All right. Are you tired?
Yeah.
Well, we normally start out by saying how tired we are and how late it is. So,
Try not to think about it.
yeah. All right, so you want to kind of give a rundown real quick on as far as wiring and how things were tucked?
Yeah, so we had to get a little crafty with it. Trying to think of the best way to put it. Essentially, if any of you guys have watched Thick Whip's video when he did this, he drilled a hole through his box right here, This sits underneath your panel cover in your trunk area. You take out the screws up top, you take out the screws on the bottom here, and the whole thing will pop up. The way Jamal is powering this, he's powering it through his cigarette lighter. So instead of drilling a hole big enough to fit the cigarette lighter through, we essentially just took this box and we lifted it up like so, and then we routed everything through. Now the way I routed it along the chassis here in areas that are big enough to actually fit the wire where nothing gets pinched. And when we put everything back together, we're not going to really bolt down this side up top so that none of the wires get pinched. So this right here, this wire is the power from the cigarette lighter that Jamal's going to use. And then this one is for the valve, as well as this one. And essentially, once the heat shield is put back up on this side, this will kind of just sit here and then plug in like this. And then we'll more than likely end up zip tying something later or whatever, just clean it up a little bit. But that's essentially what we did, just to try and not put a hole in that cover that was big enough to fit the cigarette lighter. It just was an idea that came off the top of the dome. So now that we have everything routed and we ensured that the length of everything is going to be good, now we can, put back up the heat shields and start putting together the exhaust and then plugging it in and hopefully going home.
All right, so I have no idea what time it is, but I know that it's the next day. It's pretty late. We finally got it done. There's still some minor adjustments, but we got the valve system working. Right now we're gonna do the first reaction. I'm super excited because like this is finally what we've been waiting for with this car. So right now this is the valves closed. So we have no idea what to expect. It could have a bajillion exhaust leaks or it could be perfect. So go ahead, start it up. That's not bad. That's not bad. Okay.
Definitely a lot louder already with the valves closed.
You think so?
Hey, what?
Okay. Now we're gonna open them. Back to being closed. All right, so we finally did it. We're basically finished. My initial impressions, I honestly couldn't be happier with how it turned out. Had a little hiccups that we worked through. We got through them. Had to overnight parts from Japan, but no problem. They came through. They did the thing. Hopefully you guys like this style of video. Definitely tried to make it a little bit more fun, a little bit more engaging. But let me know what you guys think. I mean, this is a full titanium valved exhaust from Tovi Performance. Darling, what do you think? What's your first initial impressions of the exhaust?
It sounds really good. I really liked it. I can't wait for the test drive.
That's funny. Yeah, definitely test drive at 1 o'clock in the morning. Going home. Let's see who we can wake up and hopefully not get pulled over. Ben, what do you think? You have your mic, but what do you think as far as like initial impressions? Valves open and valves closed.
It's impressive.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, the valve system's nice. Would I ever do this again? Absolutely not. It's impressive. But that's just me. It's impressive.
We normally don't get a impressive from Ben. Even on some of the products that he buys for himself, he still sometimes doesn't say that he's impressed. So I'll take any win that I can when I can. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this style of video. Like, comment, subscribe. I know you guys already hear the background music, so you know what that means. See you guys in the next one. Peace out. So let me say something about Built by Ben. Let me hone in on this guy right here. By the time this video would have dropped, if you check his Instagram, you'll see his name has changed. I think, what was it, like last week or a couple weeks ago you had brought it up about changing it to Built by Ben?
Probably 2 days ago.
Yeah.
I changed it 2 days ago.
So basically where the idea came from, and he can obviously explain it much better than me, but Ben has a fascination with having cars in pristine condition, but also having essentially as close to one-of-one builds as you can. Obviously with the aftermarket scene that we have, there's a lot of different parts that people can have, and it's really easy for a lot of cars to look similar, sound similar, drive similar, blah, 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 blah. But every once in a while, you'll get one that has more of a individualized build per se, and that's kind of what Built by Ben, in my opinion, is a brand that he kind of wants to start. Yeah. And as soon as he said Built by Ben, and I seen his work ethic, and I understood like who he is as an individual, immediately I was like, yeah, I like that. And I fully support that 100% because it's true. I can foresee him having multiple builds and they all have their own aura to them that is completely individualized to him, and they reflect him and his personality too as well. So, Built by Ben.
He said it better than I ever could have.
Oh.